The human skeletal system is a complex framework of bones, cartilage, ligaments, and tendons that provides structural support, protection, and movement to the body. It also plays a crucial role in several physiological functions, including blood cell production, mineral storage, and endocrine regulation. To understand the skeletal system in detail, it is essential to explore its components, functions, and how it contributes to overall body maintenance. Overview of the skeletal system. The human skeleton is divided into two major parts. One, axial skeleton. This forms the central axis of the body and includes the skull, vertebral column, and thoracic cage, which comprises the ribs and sternum. Its primary function is to protect the brain, spinal cord, and vital organs like the heart and lungs. Two, appendicular skeleton. This consists of the bones of the limbs and girdles, both pectoral and pelvic, which are responsible for movement and locomotion. Humans typically have 206 bones in their adult skeletal system, though infants are born with about 270 bones, many of which fuse together as they grow. Bones vary in shape and size and can be classified into several categories: long bones, short bones, flat bones, irregular bones, and sesamoid bones. Functions of the skeletal system. The skeletal system has several vital functions, including 1. Support. The skeleton provides the framework that supports the body's shape and posture. It holds up soft tissues and maintains the alignment of the organs. 2. Protection. Bones protect delicate organs from injury. For example, the skull encases the brain, the rib cage shields the heart and lungs, and the vertebrae protect the spinal cord. 3. Movement. Bones act as levers to which muscles are attached. When muscles contract, they pull on bones, causing movement. The joints between bones allow for various types of movements, such as flexion, extension, rotation, and gliding. 4. Blood cell production, also known as hematopoiesis. The red bone marrow found in certain bones is responsible for the production of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. This process is critical for transporting oxygen, defending against infections, and clotting blood. 5. Mineral storage. Bones serve as a reservoir for minerals, primarily calcium and phosphate. These minerals can be released into the bloodstream as needed, maintaining proper mineral balance and aiding in critical functions like muscle contraction and blood clotting. 6. Endocrine function. The skeleton releases certain hormones which play a role in regulating blood sugar levels and fat deposition. 7. Fat storage. Yellow bone marrow, found in the medullary cavities of long bones, serves as a storage area for lipids, which can be used as an energy reserve. Types of bones. 1. Long bones. These are longer than they are wide and include bones like the femur, which is the thigh bone, the humerus, which is the upper arm bone, and the tibia, known as the shin bone. They support weight and facilitate movement. 2. Short bones. These are roughly cube-shaped and provide stability and support with little movement. Examples include the bones of the wrist, known as carpals, and the ankle, known as tarsals. 3. Flat bones. These are thin, flattened, and usually curved. Flat bones protect internal organs and provide a broad surface for muscle attachment. Examples include the skull, sternum, and ribs. 4. Irregular bones. These bones have complex shapes that don't fit into the other categories. Examples are the vertebrae and certain skull bones. 5. Sesamoid bones. These are small, round bones that form in tendons. The most well-known sesamoid bone is the patella, or kneecap. They help reduce friction and modify pressure in tendons during movement. Each bone in the human body consists of two types of tissue. First, there's compact bone, also known as cortical bone. This is the dense, smooth outer layer of bone that provides strength and durability. It's composed of tightly packed structural units called osteons, or Haversian systems, which house blood vessels and nerves. Then we have spongy bone, or cancellous bone, found primarily in the ends of long bones and inside flat bones. Spongy bone has a porous structure that makes it lighter and provides space for red bone marrow, where blood cell production occurs. In addition to bone tissue, bones also contain several important components. The periosteum is a tough membrane covering the outside of the bone that contains blood vessels, nerves, and cells that help with bone growth and repair. The endosteum is a thin membrane lining the inner surface of the bone, involved in bone growth and remodeling. And finally, bone marrow, the soft tissue found in the medullary cavity of bones where hematopoiesis occurs. There are four main types of bone cells, each with specific functions. First, we have osteoblasts, which are responsible for forming new bone. They secrete collagen and other organic compounds that help build the bone matrix. Next, osteocytes, the mature bone cells that maintain the bone matrix and communicate with other cells to regulate bone remodeling and repair. Then there are osteoclasts, which break down bone tissue by resorbing minerals and releasing them into the bloodstream. This process is essential for bone remodeling and calcium homeostasis. Lastly, osteogenic cells are stem cells that differentiate into osteoblasts and are involved in the growth and healing of bones. Bone formation and growth. The process of bone formation is called ossification. Bone growth continues until the early 20s, when the growth plates close and the bones reach their final size. Joints and movement. Bones are connected to each other at joints, also known as articulations, which allow for various types of movement. Joints can be classified based on their structure and the amount of movement they allow. First, we have fibrous joints. These joints are held together by fibrous connective tissue and allow little or no movement. Examples include the sutures of the skull. Next, cartilaginous joints. In these joints, bones are connected by cartilage, allowing limited movement. An example is the joint between the vertebrae. Finally, synovial joints. These are the most common type of joint and allow a wide range of movement. They have a fluid-filled synovial cavity that reduces friction and allows for smooth movement. Examples include the knee, elbow, and shoulder joints. When a bone is fractured, the body initiates a multi-step repair process. First, the formation of a blood clot, or hematoma. Immediately after the fracture, blood vessels in the bone and surrounding tissues are damaged, forming a clot. Then the formation of a soft callus. Over a few days, the clot is replaced by a soft callus made of cartilage and fibroblasts. Next, the formation of a hard callus, osteoblasts, replace the soft callus with a hard bony callus. Finally, bone remodeling. Over several months, the bony callus is remodeled, and the bone regains its original shape and strength. Common skeletal disorders. Several disorders can affect the skeletal system, including first, osteoporosis, a condition characterized by weak and brittle bones due to a decrease in bone density. It is most common in older adults, especially postmenopausal women. Next, arthritis, inflammation of the joints leading to pain, swelling, and reduced mobility. The two main types are osteoarthritis, caused by wear and tear, and rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disorder. Then fractures, breaks, or cracks in bones caused by trauma or weakened bones. And finally, rickets, a disease caused by a deficiency in vitamin D, calcium, or phosphate, leading to softening and weakening of the bones in children. To conclude, the human skeletal system is a highly organized and essential component of the body, playing a critical role in providing structure, movement, and protection. It also performs important physiological functions, including blood cell production, mineral storage, and hormonal regulation. Understanding the intricacies of the skeletal system allows us to appreciate how it supports overall health and well-being throughout life.